Okay. All right. So last thing, someone who did find a home. Uh, we got Bill Belichick.
What the fuck?
So how do you feel about Bill Belichick being the new head coach for the University of North Carolina?
Chapel Hill, baby. Um,
How do you feel about it?
I don't know. Like to me, it's like I'm trying to compare it to something. It's like I can't even think of what to compare it to. There's so many like things. It's like when an MLB player has a huge career in the MLB, and it's a Dominican player and they're very good at baseball, and then they decide to play 2 years in the Dominican League and no one gives a flying fuck. Like this to me does not impact his legacy by any means. It does not impact anything about him at all. Um, yes, it's cool, and yes, if he does well with them, it's very important and whatever. But to me, it's I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. It's whatever
So yeah, so to say, so you're saying it means nothing.
for him. Yes. Now for the University of North Carolina, I think this is a big step for them to not step away from being a basketball school, but for them to kind of put their name back into being a football school.
And what exactly is telling you that?
The acquisition of Bill Belichick, and that's it.
So what like what in your mind is telling you that Bill's gonna be able to, I don't
Nothing.
know, get kids that want to come play for him?
Well, I think the name is
Mm. Bro,
important, but outside of
we
that, I think he has zero ability to recruit.
we have lived in a generation where all the kids right now looking to pick their college or where, decide where they want to go play have an opinion on Bill Belichick.
That is very
Know
true.
what it's like to be coached by
That's
Bill
very
Belichick
true.
because of all the stories told. Let's be real, you could just be a fan of Julian Edelman's podcast and know, wow, it would be a pain in the
Well,
ass.
at the same time, it's like there's a lot of this country that is not and has never been a fan of Bill Belichick. Like there have been, like when Brady left New England,
Mm.
there were a lot more Brady fans, and there was a lot more Brady appreciation that came up after the Tampa win. With Bill, it all kind of stayed in the New England area. And yes, there's appreciation for who he is, but not really a fandom about.
And see, and that's the thing, it's like Deion Sanders, we give him shit, but he ain't no Deion Sanders. Bill
And
isn't
it's
coming
like
in and
there,
dropping.
that was my first. That was one of my first thoughts. It was like there's a lot less pull from Bill than there is Dion.
Like Bill's not going
Like Bill
in
doesn't.
and
Bill is going to try to diminish the individual
yeah, I mean he diminishes
figure.
NFL pros. Do you really think he's gonna go to some high school quarterback and be like, "Look, we really need you here.
We really
We
need
really
we want
would.
you to be a star. We're gonna do this and that. And
We
like
really."
Dion's thing was like we're gonna take your obviously your on field ability, but also your personality and your name and your image and your likeness and try to build that. And I think Bill's thing is to I don't want to say diminish, but to make everyone feel like they are all the same. And
See, but like also I think Bill like these kids don't give a fuck.
no.
So, and what I mean by that is like they're already making
And
millions of
that's why
dollars
Saban left. Saban left because
because
no
they're already
one
making
cares about the Saban name.
millions of dollars.
Yes.
And Bill Belichick, I just don't really see. To me, it seems like all college kids would be like any player that he wouldn't be able to stand. Like a bunch of players who are in it for themselves and just want to make as much money as possible and could care less about winning football games. And
Yeah.
it's like no, is this? And you pick UNC. It's like why not more of a winning culture or a
I
team
mean,
with more
why?
of a?
Why are we picking an ACC football team?
Why are we picking college football? Like the
That's the
goal is
biggest
to
thing. It's
get
like
to
you
the
have,
pros.
there are people, there are NFL teams out there looking for you, and I think there are tons of NFL teams that would have taken him in any capacity. Um, but for him to take a college job and an ACC job, I don't think it means anything. And I think for Bill, I guess it's like there's no way to diminish his career. This won't
There's
be
a
a
couple
hamper
ways.
on his career. Like the worst part about Bill's career was the last what 4 years.
Well, no, if Bill goes and shits the bed and like has a 2 or 3 year stint with UNC that ends ugly, it's like this is definitely going to tarnish.
But 10 years down the road, no one's gonna care. Like,
People definitely.
does anyone know what happened to Don Shula after he left the NFL? Does anyone know what happened to Vince Lombardi or any of these coaches after they left the NFL? No one cares.
I mean, in the social media era, I think it's more relevant, and it's
Or
going to just
or
be talked about more.
what's his nuts from New York, the Giants, Parcells. Like, no one
I,
cares what the fuck you do after your NFL career,
I don't
especially
know.
being that successful.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that. I say
But
Eric
with
Bieniemy.
Bill's legacy,
Eric
with six
Eric.
six
Good.
Super Bowls, I don't think there's anything that can tarnish his legacy.
Yeah, but it's just like we were looking for the next chapter of his coaching career, and it's like
It's a
UNC was not even
it's
on.
8 steps
It wasn't
backwards,
even
and
on the.
it's
It wasn't
sad.
even on my radar,
No, it's
and he's not recruiting anybody. It's not happening. He's
no,
not going to come in and dick suck some dude to come play for his college, and he's not going to motivate these kids to want to play football. I don't
no.
understand. The NFL is the pinnacle. That's where you want to be, unless you have that motivation or drive to want to build players up and get them ready
I
for
don't
the
think he
league.
does. And
You
to me,
don't.
this is it's like a weird safe move,
I think it's an awful move. I don't think it's safe
and
at all.
it. I know I think it's an awful move, but I don't think it hurts him in any way. And I think his dumb 20-some-year-old girlfriend may have something to do with this. But either way, who cares?
I don't know. I just don't. I'm not convinced that there's this idea that like there's no way Bill Belichick could tarnish his legacy.
You think he
Like,
can?
yeah, if he goes and has an awful 2 or 3 year run, I mean,
Yeah,
it's like okay, now we're looking at it. It's like, all right, so you had the most success with the most talented professional players ever.
yeah,
But when you have to build from the ground up with teenagers,
yeah,
you can't win. You can't make a bowl game. Like
yeah,
there's a conversation to be had there.
yeah.
Um,
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's a very weird move. Like, I think we all expected him to land an NFL job, or at least to be in talks with NFL teams
Dude, I saw Cincy.
after the season. Like, I was expecting him to start this process after the season, not
Yeah,
now.
and once I saw like last week, they were like, "Yo, what if Bill went to Cincy?" I was like, "Holy
Yeah,
shit, Bill
that's what I'm saying.
Belichick with
It's like
Joe Burrow like that."
there's
Come
so
on.
many things he could have done, and
I mean, I will say it will bring attention to
UNC
UNC.
football
Like, I mean,
for sure.
it'll people will care to talk about them and see what's going on with them a little bit more.
I guess this is the new Colorado.
This is the other Colorado,
This is
Colorado and
the
UNC.
Colorado of the East. Yeah, but
But
I, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that impactful for him to go there. Um, honestly, I think he would have been totally fine if he just showed up on the Manning cast 6 times a year and did his thing and fucked off for a little bit. I think he still could have done fine. Um,
I think
also,
he'd be all right.
I don't know. I wish Tom Brady would have, I don't know, not done the
Oh my
commentary career.
God, there's nothing
That's just
wrong
me
with
though.
Tom Brady. We've talked about this all
I know,
year,
but
and I
it
really,
makes him look like
you
he's
know,
not
it
a
doesn't
person
matter,
who has to go and do
but you don't care.
Fox
It
Sports
doesn't
stuff.
affect you. Besides these 2 hours we record, it literally does not affect
It
you at all.
doesn't. It doesn't.
It
But
doesn't. It
it's
doesn't
upsetting to
matter.
me that he thinks that has to be a part of his career. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think he thinks that. I think he got a fucking bag,
He did.
and
You're right.
he's commenting, and he's watching football on
And
Sundays. Like, oh,
I bet Bill got a crazy bag to go there. Bill got an absurd
yeah,
bag.
I'm sure. But all right, we talked Thursday night football. We talked Week 15 games. Jimmy Butler destinations. Bill Belichick cutting off Tar Heel hoodies as we speak. The
Yeah.
sleeves of the hoodies as we speak. I
Well,
guess
there
what was
was
it?
the whoever the guy was to the press conference showed up in a cut off suit
Well,
to
either
try to be
that or
funny.
I need Bill Belichick and just the freshest Jordans on. I
All
mean, this is
Jordan.
all
Jordan the
Jordan, but it's
fuck
like,
out, dude.
but like, what if Mike's like, yo, don't be cutting my fucking hoodies up and shit. Like,
That'd be sick,
don't.
dude.
But no. Here it
No,
is.
no,
They
no.
come out.
Jordan makes a yes, exactly.
There
Jordan
we
makes
go.
a Bill
Okay, yeah, we're
Belichick
on.
cut off.
No,
There is no I'm cutting them. They
hundred
make
percent. They make it like purposely like fucked up and like frizzy at the end. Yeah,
little
hundred
frail. Yeah,
percent,
exactly.
hundred
Yeah,
percent
hell yeah.
do that.
Dead ass. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No. Good for Bill. He's got a 24-year-old girlfriend who
Maybe
does
she
not want his money at all.
maybe she enrolled.
She could be. I'm not sure about her past or her present or whatever, but maybe she gets a discount on her master's degree or something.
She
Um,
might.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel bad for Bill. I would much rather see Bill with a 60-year-old woman than her. But
I
that's
don't
just me.
think I. Uh,
I
I
think
don't
Bill
feel
would say
bad for Bill at
otherwise.
all.
But
I think you're the only person that feels bad for Bill Belichick.
fuck.
You're like, dude, you just went, God, dude, I feel bad for Bill. I wish he was
But
just
no, if
fucking
no,
fucking some old lady right now.
no. What I'm saying is, it's cool if Bill had hooked up with a 24-year-old woman. But the fact that he is now entangled in an entire thing with this woman who may
Are
or
they?
may not be calling shots.
Is he? Do we even know if they're like still a thing?
Brother, they are more than a thing than ever.
How do you know? Do you see it?
She followed the UNC football team, and
Oh
she's
God.
they're very much a part of each other's life. You know who Bill is, dude. Bill's a little simp ass little
Well,
boy,
Bill's
dude.
just getting stroked out. It's cool.
Bill's there to catch anything that comes his way, dude.
It is what it
And
is.
if it's a
I can't.
24-year-old looking for 80-year-old dudes, then
It's
he's there for it.
then at some point, game is just game.
It ain't game, bro. It's
It's game.
dollar signs,
It's
brother. It ain't no game involved.
Devin. It's game. It's game right here.
That's not
It's
no.
game. It's
I can
game.
guarantee she does not give two fucks about football.
All right.